Welcome back to Rhomany's Realm. I'm Rhomany and today I have a creative quickie for you. You all know I love my art hacks and reducing things down in size so that they are much more easy to use because I have little gnome hands and I don't like big chunky things that I have to carry around. And one of the things that has always bugged me is this beast. This is the 45 set of Cotman watercolours from Winsor Newton. It's a beautiful set, but I hardly ever use it because look at the size of this beast. This is a 10 by 13 palette. My desk is only 2.5 times that. I don't have room for this on my desk. Now, admittedly, this comes out, but there's no easy way to hold this. There's no holder on it or anything. So you can put this to the side or something, but you've still got this to deal with. And then you've got, you know, your washes over there and your little bits over here. It just is it's a mess. It's a mess, trust me. I can't work like this. There's too much space taken up. These are the spares that come in the palette. So you get 2 whites, 2 reds, 2 blues, 2 yellows, and I've got this one as well, which is an additional one that I purchased. It's not one that comes in the palette. So you get 45 colours, but you get 48 of these little packets because some are duplicates. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, but I think I will probably use it for inks because I don't need to keep it out on my desk. Anyway, where are my 45 set of Cotmans? They are in this box. This is the Sakuar Koi watercolour pocket field sketch box, which is 24 colours. I think the 24 and the 12 come in the same size box, but I'm not 100% sure. This one is 6 by 4, I think. Yeah, 6 by 4 box. It's 1 inch thick. And for the small amount of watercolour that was already in it, it was way too big. If you take out the inside of this, the plastic inside, which I'll show you in a second, you can fit all 45 set in here. Plus, I've got an additional well for white gouache, and I've got my tube of white gouache from my Caran d'Ache set. So all I did to do this was I took the insides, the plastic insides out of this. Now, you have to be careful because there's a big blob of glue about that big, about here. So be careful you don't shatter your plastic when you take it out. But if you're careful with it, it will come out. I put a piece of card, the right shape, you can see it's cut out there, on here in the box. The inside of the box looks like this. It's got these bits, so it's not a flat surface. So I stuck the piece of card over the top just to raise the colours up a little bit because it's quite a deep box. There's no need for it to be this deep. To hold this in place, I just used the glue that was already there. I just left it in place, stuck a piece of plastic over it while I wasn't using it. And then when I came to use it, just removed the plastic and stuck the card down onto it. Then on top of the card, I've got my 45 pan set. Now I've used this double-sided tape. For most papers and things, this tape is permanent, but for plastics, it's only semi-permanent. So with a little bit of care, I can prise up individuals and I write the number on the bottom so that I know what colour it is when it runs out, and I can refill it. And these are all just stuck on there like that. It's enough to hold them in place. See, they don't fall out. But I can take individual ones out when I need to replace them, refill them, whatever. I've put them sideways as opposed to in the Cotman palette, they're that way, portrait. In this one, I've put them landscape, and you can fit 6 and then 8, 8, 8 and 8. And then I've got my 2 whites down here so they don't get contaminated by anything else. I've got my gouache in there, but you can also fit, if you've got the original Sakuar Koi brush that comes in 2 parts, you can also fit that in that little space as well. Okay, I did a little palette swatch so I can see what my colours are. And I put on the back what it is because it's not in the original box. And what I intend to do is, as I use up these, because finally I can use them properly without them taking up my entire desk. And as I use these up, I will upgrade them to the artist's grade ones. There's nothing wrong with these. These are perfectly good. As student sets go, these are one of the better ones. But I want to upgrade to the artist set because my artist set is almost out. My Daler and Rowney artist set is on its last legs. So the Sakuar Koi, when you originally get it, there's another palette, which I can't find at the moment, but it does fit in here still, and I'm going to use it, that goes on here. But underneath, you've got a plastic piece, you've got 2 sponge pieces, you've got your little 24 set of colours, and then you've got an open area that fits your watercolour brush. So what I did was I took it out of there. This is as big as the palette is. This is the actual paint. And this is how big the box it comes in is. Now, you could actually fit those colours in that way and save yourself half the box. There's no reason for this box to be as big as it is. And it's over an inch thick. So I cut down the plastic packaging so that it fit widthways into this box, and that opening it doesn't fit the original koi brush, but I don't use the original koi brush when I'm out and about. I prefer to use it at my desk. I use this little skinny one from, this is the Kuretake one. I've got my little Pentel mechanical pencil and that. I cut off this on this side so that I can just take my paper towel in and out. I've got my sponge on one side, which I use, I don't know what it's actually for, but I use it for, you know, when you get too much water on your brush, I just dab off the water. Could do with a bit of a wash. Let's turn it over. There we go. So my paint, I clean my brush on here, but when I want to get a bit of water on my brush, I control it with this. And then I've got my palette, which I just stuck in to the back here. So this it weighs 1/3 of the original set because this box is thick plastic and it's really heavy. And that's without the additional palette that fits on there. It is a little bit longer, but it's 2 inches thinner widthways, and depth-wise you can see the difference. And this is actually exactly the size of my Midori. So if I grab a Midori booklet, you can see that fits perfectly in my Midori. This is just a pencil tin. Where did I get it? Oh, I got it in Germany. When I went to Cologne, it had chocolate in it. And I got it at, if you're in Cologne at any point, I bought it in the Departures Lounge. It had Cologne Cathedral wrapping on it. So you can probably pick these up just about anywhere in Cologne. It's a really handy sized little tin. Fits pencils perfectly, fits pens perfectly, fits these watercolours perfectly. It's just superb. And it fits inside my Midori's, inside the packaging, really easily. It also fits nicely because it's the same height under the elastic of my A5 books. So it's just a fantastic way of creating a travel palette. It also fits nice and easily on here. I can clip it. I just use one of these binder clips to clip it to my page, and then I've got everything I need right there, right in front of me when I'm out and about sketching. So that is a vast improvement on the original. And I believe this version of the 45 Winsor Newton set is a much tidier palette to work with. Plus, it's effectively a travel set. Well, this box is for a travel set, so it's got a thumb ring. So I don't have to have it on the desk if I don't want to. I can use it at the easel, which is a lot easier than trying to use that monster that it came in. And also, with the additional palette, I can stick the palette on there, or on there, or on there. I wish I had it with me to show you, but if you've got the set, then you know what it looks like. It's just a big square piece of plastic, and you just slot it into these holes wherever you want it. So it works if you're a lefty or a righty, depending on which hand you're using, or both if you're like me. And it also doesn't take up a lot of space on your desk. So there you go, my little art hack for my palettes. If you've got multiple palettes, it's always worth seeing if you can condense them down into smaller palettes, because honestly, the excess packaging on these is ridiculous. If you look at the size of this box compared to this box, and how big it folds out compared to this box, which does exactly the same thing if you add on the palette, you know, there's no contest. It's which would you rather carry around with you? This one. Now, the fact that this is now in a travel box means that I can take this out field sketching with me if I want to. I probably won't, because the reason I took my Sakuar Kois out of this in the first place was because this box is way too big to carry around. But should I ever want to go to an art meeting, or, you know, I'm going somewhere where I want my 45 colours, I can take this much more easily than I can take this, because this fits in my handbag. So there you go, that is my new tiny version of my desk and travel palettes, which are smaller in total. In fact, if you put that there, I've got a travel palette and a desk palette in way less than the size of this one desk palette. These people need new packaging experts. I suggest they hire me. So do look at your different boxes and see if the centres come out. Can they be reused for something? And don't be afraid to try and take them apart, as long as you do it gently. Even with these Sakuar Kois, the plastic insert here, I won't lift it up because it's got sticky underneath, but this plastic insert, although it's quite fragile, it does come out as long as you're careful with it. You can have a look at your palette, see what you think, see if there's some other thing you could do with it, and if not, just pop your colours back in. You've not lost anything but a few minutes, have you? Happy playing!